Welcome back with part 2. The only reason that there is going to be a part 2 is because I didn't want half the video to be Australian mode. So, had to flip the phone over to make sure it plugged in and stuff. So, yeah. So I can plug it in. The charger, because it's on my left side, not the right side. So, bear with me. Gotta go over a face plant, a lap. Temporary thing because got that phone plugged in, damn it. Although having this part on this side, not a good idea because of rain. So might do part 3. I don't know. No, I'm not gonna do that. They're not gonna do Australian mode either, so. There we go. That should do it. Fixed it. You got all that over there with the rain. But I'm gonna get this way for the lightning, because the best lightning seems to happen here. The close lightning seems to happen there, because what the fuck. But the best viewing for lightning happens here, in this area. You're more likely to get the good bolts, because you can actually see shit. You don't have trees right in the way. Well, I wish I could record while I was at the bowling alley at like 8-ish when the storm first came, like 7-ish, 7:30-ish when it first came in, because the lightning was beautiful and close. Like, oh, would have been awesome to catch on camera, but I couldn't. But would have been nice to catch it on camera. Would have been freaking. Here you go, comb. Enjoy. And that would have been free publicity for me, honestly. This is fun, obviously. I just call it because Mother Nature, just letting Mother Nature do the talk, the commentary, I guess. But I got something messing with my foot. What the hell? Something in my foot. Making it itchy. Something's moving around. I don't like it. No, no, no. We're not doing this. You straw bitch. You fucking straw bitch. No. So. But, yeah. I wish it was live stream. So people comment, but I decided not to do live stream because better lighting. But it is what it is, and it's like a two-parter so far. First part's like 12 minutes, 12, 13 minutes. So sitting at 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes now. So, but the storm's gonna be around a while. It's definitely forecasted to. I mean, the severe warning goes till 11:15 and it's 11:03, so we got at least another 12 minutes. Tornado warnings. Interesting. Okay, so we got more severe thunderstorm warning continuations and stuff. The tornado warning's not for my area, so that's good, I guess. I mean, I like to see a tornado, but I also like to see a tornado when the sun is up, so I could actually see it. Not 11:30 at fucking night, where it's like, oh, there it is, it's right fucking there, and it gets sent immediately to fucking Oz. So fuck that. Like, I want to see tornadoes, I want a storm chase. I'm not on a suicide mission. See what I'm saying? Like, yes, I'm gonna be out there in the tornadoes and stuff. But if it's a literal threat to my life, like if it's coming my way, I will take shelter, because, yes, I want to see a tornado. I don't want to die from one. Although when I do die in the future, because no one's immortal, I do want my body cremated and the urn that my ashes are in left in the path of a tornado with the lid loose so my ashes get spread, like, across a few freaking counties or whatever. I don't know, depends on how crazy the tornado wants to be. So, that's what I want. Sure, that's probably gonna be an issue because you're giving a tornado fucking debris. So, but, and it will mess with cadaver dogs when it comes to fighting survivors or victims or whatever from the tornado. It'll mess with them because they're gonna smell my burnt remains. It's gonna like, what the hell? What is going on? But it's gonna be clear that there's gonna be, yeah, hit an urn that was purposely left in the path of the tornado. And the urn smashed someone's head in. And yeah, that's gonna be a whole issue. But if it's a tornado that is definitely not gonna be a threat to land, yeah, do that. So my urn don't end up smashing some kid's head in. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want that to be on my afterlife conscience. Like, nah. But still. Someone's turning into here. Why are they driving slow, though? Road's not flooded. They got ditches on both sides. It's gonna take a while for the road to flood. So, but yeah. Lightning's awesome. I wish it would be closer, though, but I ain't complaining about the rain. And the winds aren't as bad, which is good for the peppers. They're not gonna get whipped around by the wind. They're already weird shape because of it. But we still got flowers blooming. We still got flowers blooming. We're gonna get more peppers, hopefully. And hopefully before the first frost. It's just, yeah. It's just, I don't know what to do with the ones. I think those are ripe. I don't know. So, if they are, they're not that big. Because, yeah, I'm still learning on this whole gardening thing, so, yeah, not gonna be the best. But, I'll figure it out as I go. I will figure it out as I go. So, So yeah. So yeah, enjoying this, but but also I'm debating on entering that Powerball lottery. I'm not sure if it has been won yet, but last time I checked it was a little over $500 million. I mean, worst case scenario, I'm down a couple bucks. Best case scenario, I don't need to be employed anywhere other than YouTube for the rest of my life. And I'll immediately do driver's ed, get licensed, get the car of my dreams, which probably 2024 freaking Toyota Tacoma, because honestly, fuck it, because I'd have the money, and then get place of my dreams, you know? And my folks did say one stipulation if I were to win lottery here is to help them out with home, which, like, I'm cool with doing that. Because $500 million, shit, no big deal. I could easily do that. I mean, obviously I'm going to do the Intuity stuff where I get paid, I think, yearly or something. Like, obviously after taxes, it's going to be like freaking a quarter of a bill or something like that. But quarter of a bill is better than nothing. Better than maybe getting your money back. But so I'll fucking take it. But still. And say you get, I guess, I don't know how it works. I think you get like 10 million a year for the next 25 years or something like that. So yeah, I'll gladly do that. So yeah, and then once all that's settled, yeah. But even if that were to happen, I'll do the classic 2-week notice and stuff just to maximize the money coming in. And I'll still have the Landa stuff. That's an extra few cents a month. At least till I'm able to sell the fucking shares I have, then I'll do that. Get the extra couple $100 a month. I don't fucking care. Well, a couple $100 right there, and then just fucking go from there. But I don't care. It's one of those things like, I don't care, but I'll do it if I can. And then, yeah. But I'll be smart with the money, obviously, where I don't have to work again outside of YouTube for the rest of my life. I mean, obviously, I'll have 25 years to get YouTube really going, where I would be fine after the lottery wins out, or whatever. This is hypothetical, obviously, if I ever win that lottery, or a big lottery like that, so, yeah. So, and the storm chasing will definitely happen. The storm chasing collab series will definitely happen. And then holidays where it involves in giving stuff to people, like Halloween with candy, Christmas with gifts, Easter with, I guess, candy, Easter baskets, whatever. That would be a big thing with town. Like, I'm not sure if anyone else has this. Well, I'm sure multiple people do have it. There's like 5 or 6 like blessing boxes in town where you can put food in for those that need it. Or if you need it, you grab it and go. Yeah, that sort of thing. I'll definitely go all out. Like Halloween, get some Tupperware containers, decorate them for Halloween, fill them up with candy, and then put them in the blessing boxes around town. I did that with the blessing box close to here. with 2020 Halloween, because trick-or-treating wasn't really a thing. It's like, this is kind of no contact trick-or-treating, so it would be an idea. And definitely went around town and stuff. It wasn't much, but it just really made impact. So, if I want to do like full out, deck it out, fill up an wall, and do that. That would be huge. With Christmas, it would be stockings and fill them up. Easter would be Easter baskets and fill them up. And then throughout the summer, because it gets hot as fuck in the summer, I'll be getting a bunch of those like 40 count cases of water, and basically filling up the blessing boxes with those. Do that like every other week or something like that. But obviously open them up and put them in there individually, or I'll probably put them up in there and then like cut open the package and then do that. That way people don't just grab the cases and go. That way they just grab what they need and go, and not like grab both cases, because why not? But that would be something for sure. That would definitely make a big impact, for sure. So, but, and I'll be definitely messing with people on Twitch with big donations, honestly. Mostly people I know, and I'd be like, and I know have kids, they'd be like, here's your kid's college fund, have fun. Flip them the fuck out, but yeah, would be awesome. Mess with them like completely, like, cool, we'll do it. But yeah. So, yeah, definitely be some hilarious stuff. So, yeah. So, yeah. That would definitely make big impacts doing that, though. I mean, small, but definitely meaningful impacts. And then probably start a fund or like a scholarship kind of thing. Because here in Kansas, they're doing a thing where you could get lifetime hunting and fishing licenses for like toddlers that they would have for their entire life, and they don't have to get one at all for like $300-400. So a lottery thing, I'd definitely start one of those funds to help those in need afford it for their kids, because that would set them for life for food, at least me. So they'll be set for life if they could do that, and then get the means to do so in that regards. Like, and then set up where people can donate to the fund. So, but, because, yeah, lotto money only goes so far, really. But, again, it's one of those things where it's like, yes, this is a must, and would definitely be huge. Like, I don't know, people be weird. It's just not one of those weird ideas. Like, it's an obscure way to help people, but it is a way to help people. I'm about to just pull that plant. I know it has a flower on there, but I don't see it flourishing. It's just, yeah. So it has the stilts around that one. Like one of those stick things you stick up and you tie it around it to keep it upright. I should have did that. But I'll see if it still grows peppers. Like, it's, when it comes to plants, I've noticed it's like with incubating eggs, let it grow until there's like no debate that it's not going to produce anything. Like, I'll let it grow. That's going to be loud. Maybe. But, yeah. It's one of those things. Just let it grow until you know for a fact it's not going to do anything productive. Or, like, until it dies, basically. But, again, I prefer when it rains because it waters them with rainwater and not tap water. So with tap water, you don't get all the weird shit that's in the pipes. With rainwater, you get it fresh from the clouds. So, yeah. But when it comes to, like, Dream Home or whatever, I know Amish is good with architecture. They definitely have to be. To not be able to use technology to do stuff. Like, I want a home that's able to stay cool in the summer, stay warm in the winter, without power. So whenever I have power outages, I don't have to worry about that issue. And then hire like a team of electricians and plumbers that specialize in Amish architecture to handle the plumbing and wires and electricity and all that. So, it's either that, or, I mean, because I don't really care about price, like, getting fancy on stuff, especially in Tornado Alley, because what is the purpose of getting a fancy mansion in, say, Oklahoma, when there's a very good chance that you'll end up homeless within a year because of a tornado? Like, no. You get the cheap shit that's cheap to replace because you're probably going to replace it a lot. Like, sure, nice things are nice things, but if you're in a place where you're likely going to lose those nice things on a constant basis because of Mother Nature, there's no point. Like, if it's fancy, make sure it's sturdy, too. Usually the fancy is fragile as fuck. The ugly stuff seems to be very sturdy. Although classic cars definitely look good, and they're generally sturdy. So, and it's like, that might be a loud one. Maybe, I'm not sure, but it's one of those things. Like, you just gotta work it out. But yeah, it's one of those things. Thank you for alerting me that there's been lightning detected nearby. You're not really helping. Oh, we got flash flood warning on top of the severe thunderstorm warnings, which got extended, so that's a thing. Honey, if your brakes are sounding like that, you should not be driving when there's precipitation. Honestly. You're gonna get someone killed. Probably your dumbass. I mean, if it's just your dumbass and not anyone else, then that's just natural selection. But if you get someone else killed, then that's kind of violates natural selection. The purpose of natural selection. But, yeah. But yeah, that's one of those things. That's something I'll see about doing. If I have the money for it, you know. So. But then every so often, like, I'll probably buy a property or two that neighbors, like a Native American reservation, and then apply for that property to be annexed by said reservation. So the reservation expands, and they get more land back and stuff. I know it's one of those, like, small things. It's not really going to be bigger picture, but it's, like, small things that help. It adds up. But that might be a little far out there, because, like I said, gotta be smart with the money, so I'm not screwed within 25 years or whatever. So I'd have to be careful on that, especially with how prices are right now, so. But, and, I mean, taxes are almost always affordable, considering it's a percentage. Like, you're just never gonna owe more taxes than you have money coming in, because it's a percentage. But what makes it unaffordable is everything getting taxed into oblivion, and cost of living going up because taxes are going up. That's probably the main reason the fucking cost of living's going up. It's not due to greedy corporations or anything like that. It might be. Part of it is. A lot of it's due to greedy IRS and Congress raising taxes on everyone because they're dumbasses and greedy little bitches. So, it is greedy people behind the cost of living going up, but the wrong greedy people. Just the wrong greedy people. It's Congress and the IRS that you gotta look at. They're the ones raising taxes. Bring it up, the cost of living. There's a reason Republican states tend to lean cheaper. It's because the taxes are cheaper. Generally. There's exceptions. I mean, Kansas, you got pretty high sales tax for a fucking Republican state. Same as Indiana. Especially when it comes to sales tax. And property tax, too, which is stupid. Income tax is pretty high, too. Again, like, it's like, a little bit, but... Well, income tax, California and Oregon will get your ass. And, like, California, Oregon, Illinois, New York, I think Hawaii's up there, too. Like, the only blue state I know of that does not have income tax is Washington State. They have sales tax that kind of goes through the roof, but they don't tax food, which is good. Although they tax pop, candy, seems like refrigerated juices also taxed. I know that's the case in Indiana. Energy drinks are taxed. So, yeah. And then you got Oregon, which is one of the few blue states that is no sales tax. I think it's only I think the states that has no sales tax are generally blue states, actually. I think there's a few exceptions. I mean, there's New Hampshire, which has been kind of on the swingy side. But it's like, but out of the states that have no sales tax, Oregon's the only one that has Kroger's, aka Fred Meyer. So, yeah. I mean, Montana has its own chains, same as Delaware. New Hampshire, I think, has like Price Chopper. It has like the like regional chain. Delaware probably has something. Montana has something. I don't know what they have. I think Montana has some Fred Meyers. I'm not sure. Like extreme western Montana might have some Fred Meyers. I could be wrong. But I think Montana has Albertsons / Safeway. Apparently this place used to have a Safeway, which is where our courthouse is. So, yeah. Currently. Or like DMV or something. Speaking of which, some ass hacked the fucking city. Now no one can pay their fucking water bills. It's like, what the fuck? You can hack the city, make where everyone, like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? You delete my fucking dentist debt, that'd be awesome. But no. fuck off. Why are you hacking cities, you fuck? You fuck face. I'm gonna call you fuck face because only fuck faces do that shit. Which, speaking of debt, yeah, it might have been someone that was in debt to the city, and they hacked it to remove their debt. That's probably what it is. Or the ransomware thing. Might have been ransomware because they were trying to get people around the city and stuff. They tried to come after me and my family. And it's like, no. That might have been the same people, actually. So, probably go forward with the police in that part because that might be linked. Because it went after one of the many places here that's like nursing home kind of thing, but for the mentally disabled. Like, we have a lot of those in town because the old mining, it really messed with the gene pool, apparently. So, with the water supply, it really messed with the gene pool. But, yeah. It went after them, and went after me and my family. It luckily left my channel alone. I'm very thankful it left my channel alone. And I'm pretty sure they're thankful too, because I would have done some fucked up shit. I would have gone into like inner witch mode and sent something horrible their way if they went after my channel. Like, I don't know what I would have sent. I would have sent some nasty shit. And yeah, like some nasty shit. So, they're lucky they didn't come after my channel. But I can see why they didn't, because I had to change the password to that every time they forces me to log in and forces me to type out the password, because I can't seem to remember that password to save my fucking life. Which it works out, because if I can't remember it and I have to change it all the time, no way a fucking hacker's gonna get it, because they can't fucking keep track of someone that can't remember shit. It's changing all the time, and it's like, So, it's honestly a pretty good strategy to keep your guys self-hack-proof, I guess. I don't know. But pretty much everything else was good because the password is pretty much the same thing, and that's probably what everything else got fucked up. So I changed passwords to different stuff. That was not on the list of passwords that they sent. Like, no. Heck no. Not gonna do that. Which, honestly, would have been hilarious if they tried to do that. And it's like, no. And they're trying to claim they have contact info, so freaked out people at church, freaked out people at Blue Ribbon out of freaking no reason at all. It's just a weird thing. It's just, I don't know what's going on. And then they went after the fucking city. Interesting how that happened after, like, because we got the serve notice because the dense spill, they kind of came after us in court, so that's a whole thing. But, court, that's 29th, that's in the morning. I'm off on the 29th. So, Art Walk's still a thing, so, yeah. But, yeah, that's a thing. That's why the bowling alley came into play. So, yeah, because if it wasn't for Dum Dum in the White House and other things, sure, I could have done better with YouTube too, but the economy fucking tanked, okay? The economy fucking tanked. Because of Dum Dum in White House being stupid and be like, here's all the money, Ukraine, kick Russia's ass, and there's, and it's just getting out of hand. It's like, no. No. And it's just, inflation went out of control, and it killed ad revenue because the cost of ads went down, because ad budgets for everyone went down because no one could afford shit. So there's no point in advertising to people that can't afford shit. And then, so they lowered the ad budget, so they don't need to have the prices so high to afford the ad budget. It's fucked up everything. And then the drought killed everything I covered. That's why I started doing the drought series, is because the drought killed everything I covered, so I might as well fucking cover the drought. That's why that series started. So, by the way, it's just, but the lightning's getting a little fun. Like, it's bright, but it's too far away to make noise. Or I can't really hear it over the fucking rain. But, yeah, it's a fun thing. It's a fun thing. But yeah, we got that. But yeah, the whole core thing, that's... And it may get postponed or canceled or something. I don't know. Because the whole city getting hacked bullshit. And it's like, no. So everyone in the city is in danger of getting hacked because of this. Because they get access to anyone that pays a fucking water bill. That pays anything to City Hall. That pays anything. That has gone to court. That has done jury duty. That has voted in this city. Anyone and everyone can get fucked up by this. And apparently it also went after the high school too, so... School district, yeah, that's gonna be a big old target too. So, these ransomware fucks need to die in a hole. Like, nah. They need to die in a hole. Like, no. Like, who even decided to do that shit? Whoever started this shit, I hope you get a nice... I hope you're locked in the... Whatever. I'm not going to continue that, but... I hope karma delivers what karma advertises to you. Because, no. You started a horrible trend. You're an asshat for it. No. But I think I get a little bit more annoyed and a little ranty, and the rain picks up. More, it's just a correlation, not causation. Like, but yeah, phone percentage 78%. It's been pretty much hovering around that. Georgia's getting crazy with the earthquakes. Now, before y'all panic, I'm talking about the country Georgia, not the state. Not the U.S. state. Okay? I'm talking about the country in Asia that's on the, like, that weird gray area between Asia and Europe. You don't know if you want to put it in Asia or if you want to put it in Europe. Which, honestly, for me, the breakaway is the Arabian Peninsula is Asia. With the exception of a little bit, that's Egypt. Turkey, I put in both Asia and Europe because it's in that weird... It's... Majority of it's in Asia, but it's in the EU. Now, anything on the east side of the Black Sea, I put in Asia. So that would be Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia. I put that in Asia. The stands, they're in Asia. So, honestly, I was debating on just combining them as Eurasia as fucking in that whole thing. Just y'all get put in Eurasia. And then, yeah. And it just makes it easy. But that thing would fill up twice as quick. Well, not really. I rarely cover stuff in Europe. It's usually earthquakes, and when it is, like, it's earthquakes, and usually when it's, like, European earthquakes, it's somewhere on the fucking Mediterranean Sea. Like, Italy, Greece, those are the main two. Turkey. Italy, Greece, and Turkey. Those are the main three. And Poland, too. They get a lot of earthquakes, too, apparently. Like, those are the main 4 countries out of Europe that they cover stuff in. Like, it's mostly quakes. So, occasionally tornadoes. You got occasional volcanic activity, mostly with Iceland. Iceland's a big one for Europe. And I guess Portugal, in a sense, because the Azores, and you got hurricane season. That's like the main one there for hurricane season. And then Spain too, a little bit, because you got the Canaries, but... And then outside of that, UK, occasional quake. Scotland, occasional quake. You got France, Austria, Germany with the occasional quake. Sweden. Got some quakes here and there. You got the Balkans with some quakes. It's just a weird thing. But Russia is usually Asia, though. Because with their quakes, it's usually the Kamchatka and the Kurils. It's usually those. And that's Asia. But yeah. And in Europe, you occasionally get the volcanoes, which is mostly Iceland. It's literally pretty much strictly Iceland, Greece, and Italy. But yeah. So that's the thing. That's basically Europe. That's basically what Europe ends up happening. So but Asia, pretty much everything's on the board, mostly with earthquakes. Volcanoes would be mostly like Eastern Asia, with the Ring of Fire. Indonesia's a big one. Oceania, it's mostly New Zealand, Vanuatu, Fiji, Tonga. Occasionally you get the Samoas, occasionally you get a few other things, like New Caledonia, the Solomons. Occasionally get Australia. And occasionally get like Micronesia. I started throwing Hawaii into the Oceania stuff. Same as like Guam and the Mariana Islands, so that's gonna get that used more with those. Especially with it being hurricane season there and typhoon season. You got the cyclone season in the south. Cyclone's a big thing. Typhoons, cyclones, that's a big thing with Asia too. Africa is usually the occasional earthquake, got some volcanoes, and you got cyclone season. And hurricane season too, when it comes to like anything that's a threat to Cape Verde. That's a thing, but generally it's just some earthquakes, some volcanoes, and that might be loud. That's over that way. And then, yeah, like I said, the cyclones. Oceania, there's some volcanoes, but I'm pretty much covered all the fucking volcanoes in Oceania, so that's not gonna be a thing, with the exception of the eruptions. But there's still some that I've yet to cover. I know Vanuatu, I think there's one left. I'm just saving that for the Vanuatu episode of, yeah, the Vanuatu episode of Geography Now, to cover that one. But I just have to figure out which one that is, because the whole phone updates and stuff, it's kind of a bitch now to handle a few things. But see what I covered and what I didn't, and I'm just gonna do it as I go, alphabetically. I want to do Volcano Day more, it's just work is getting in the way, so it's kind of on hold indefinitely right now. When I get better timing and better hold of my scheduling, then yeah, that would be a thing. It's just Saturdays, not happening. Sundays, for the most part, not happening. Saturdays and Sundays, definitely not happening. Monday, Tuesday is a good possibility. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is pretty much a guarantee, with the exception of the 29th, because the whole report thing and art walk, I want to focus on those. You got the perfect vehicle for chasing this, dude. Why ain't they doing that? Got coming over here with the Tacoma. Go out chasing, dude. Got a perfect car for that. Anyways. But yeah. And in South America, you got earthquakes, volcanoes, occasional tropical system if it's like northern South America coast, maybe some tornadoes here and there, and that's really about it for South America. And in North America, that's the main one, because you got the earthquakes, occasional volcanoes, you got the drought, although that doesn't really go in a location thing, because you got North America for the bulk of it, and you got Oceania involved, and I'm just not dealing with that drama, so I'm just put it in drought, don't need to put it in location. But yeah, you got the earthquakes, you got the tornadoes, you got the volcanoes, you got flash flooding, severe thunderstorms, these sort of things. Because I live here, and I have better access to that stuff, and you get hurricanes as well. Especially hurricane season, like Florida Court. That's a lot with North America. That's why I'm like, I'm currently like 8, 9 freaking North America playlists in, because there's so much with North America. Because I just have easy access to that stuff because I live here. And in in Antarctica, it's literally just earthquakes and occasional volcano stuff. I covered most volcanoes so far in Antarctica, and I've been kind of throwing. It was like the South Sandwich Islands. I just throw that in with like the Atlantic Ocean, the Antarctic Ocean, South America, and Antarctica, because I don't know what to put that in. But yeah, Antarctica is usually just earthquakes, mostly around the South Sandwich Islands. Occasionally, like, you got that little, like, that big peninsula that juts towards South America. Occasionally you get earthquakes there. And then the Balleny Islands, occasionally get something there. And then Bovid Island's the thing too, but I haven't really done much there. The Pacific Ocean, you got typhoons, cyclones, hurricanes, depending on where you're at in the ocean. You got earthquakes, tsunamis. That's pretty much anything, any ocean, tsunamis. Arctic Ocean, usually just quakes that pop up there. And that's very rare. So there's a quake in the Arctic Ocean that I have access to because it's not too far north where you can't fucking get it. And that's usually near like Svalbard, the Greenland Sea. That's usually it. North of Alaska, north of Canada, where you're able to get some of that. It's just a weird setup there. But outside of that, we got a few other, and then the Atlantic Ocean, you get hurricanes and earthquakes. That's really about it. Indian Ocean, cyclones, earthquakes, and that's really about it. So that just, and then worldwide, it's just the thing I just put with earthquakes a day. That's all that pretty much has become, just like, or something I cover that is global, like. If it comes to covering tropical cyclones, I do like all of them in one go, and we got something in every fucking ocean that has access to the tropics, then yeah, I'll do something with that. then yeah, that would be put that in there. But it's rare that we have active tropical systems in all 3 tropical oceans at the same time. It's definitely rare. It would be astronomically rare to have a tropical system in every tropical basin that's capable of producing tropical systems. That would be excruciating rare for that to happen. Because you got the Atlantic, you got the Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, you got Western Pacific, you got Central Pacific, Eastern Pacific, that's 6 in the Northern Hemisphere. And you got the coastal regions of Papua New Guinea, that's a basin. You got like northwest coast of like the coastal regions of Australia, that's another basin. You got the southwestern Indian, which is another one, that's 4. And you got around and you got basically east of Australia, like far enough east where different naming list kicks in. And yeah, you got 10 different fucking, like 10, 11 different fucking basins. And then you got the southeastern Pacific and the southern Atlantic, which generally doesn't produce cyclones, but occasionally they do. And it's just, and yeah, technically you can get something in the Mediterranean. It's just rare because of how enclosed it is in. But occasionally you can get a metacane in there. Like, that's what it's called, metacane. So, occasionally you can get that. It's just rare when it happens. So, when it has their own naming list. So technically with that, you got like pushing 15 different basins. Like 10 to 15 different basins. So, it's just a weird thing. So, but I'm starting to think the storm's starting to die down. I would check radar, but this is pre-recording, so if I do that, it's gonna cut off. So yeah. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that, and then the next part is gonna be update on what I'm gonna decide to do, and then go from there. See you in the next video. Bye.